we go. There we go.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right.
Come on, come on, come on.
It's not hard to fool me, no, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah. Lead the way.
Lead the way.
I follow. No need to say. No. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
City, gender,
So
let's
tell
get
you
it.
good night.
Big Shirley.
'Cause I find no matter what, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good night. 'Cause I find no matter what. Ooh, susceptible now, before the moment flies. It's not a
I'm
problem.
that bitch from the streets.
Isn't
I
that
get
what
the
I'm
money.
getting
I get
into?
that money. Bitch, give me what you got. I
Nothing
get
can
that
stop
money.
me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way.
Come on, come on,
I follow.
come on, come on,
No
come
need
on.
to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find no matter what, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find no matter what. Susceptible now, before the moment flies.
Bobbity, bobbity, bop. We are back. We are back. We are back. Shout out to the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies. Your godfather's back in the house. For one day, one day, and the house is packed. Shout out to Shirley.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
Shout out to Shirley. How we doing, Shirley? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing fine. Hope you are doing well. I know I am. And I will tell you this, man. It was a great time in New York City, hanging with the fellas, hanging with the brethren. But like you always say, like I always tell you guys, the work continues to go on. And in the morning, I am headed out to none other than Los Angeles, Beverly Hills. That's right. And I will be doing what I do out there. I will announce that upcoming. But here's what I am going to do while I'm there. I'm going to have another focus group for the ladies only. So if you want to be a part of the ladies focus group, understand you need to be able to follow mother flipping instructions. First and foremost, I need to get your photograph, headshot, above your waist, full body shot. I need your complete resume, your name, age, marital status, and a link to your public Instagram account. If I get and I need you to email me at info@bykevinsamuels.com. If I get one part and not the other, you won't get a response. If you email me with no pictures, you won't get a response. If you email me anything, asking me any questions about what does this entail, you won't get a response. Only the people who send me their public IG with their resume, headshot, above the waist, full body, name, age, profession, marital status, will have a chance to even get a response. And yes, I'm looking for women between the ages of 25 and roughly 35. 25 to 35, let's say 37. Single, unmarried, childless, no children. Why, ladies? I'm sorry. If I'm going to sit down and talk to you, I'm going to talk to the women who have the best chance to get out of this whole dating environment. So you need to be childless. I want you to be a professional. Yes, a professional. Prefer a college grad with a career. Because at the end of the day, let's get to it. You know what we're talking about. Yeah, and if you duck lipping, don't even bother. Candle of the Evening from Le Labo. We are burning Pine 29, Pin 12. Pin 12, Pin 12. But earlier today, we were burning Diptyque Cypress, fragrance of the day. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's little, but it's mighty. This is called an attar. And I'm gonna show you how much you need. That's all. One drop will do. Amouage Oud. Oh my God. This stuff is dope. Hard to find, but dope. All right. So do me a favor, get the likes up, hit the like button. Let's get it going. Because today promises to be an action-packed broadcast. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Keep the engagement up. If I look over and I look and see the engagement is down or low, you know, what I would do. I will shut this thing down to members only. What are we talking about today? Glad you guys asked. I talked about this on Friday, and I want to reiterate a couple of other things on this. Warning signs with modern women. Ladies, understand something. I have been asked by women in general, black women in particular, to discuss this topic in depth. It is without a doubt one of the most requested pieces of content or subject matter I get requested in person or in the field. So I think it's time to discuss it. Damn, it's like fire department is tripping around here. Okay. So, ladies, when it comes to modern women, men are doing their level best. Hold on. It's getting on my nerves. I can't control that. Men are doing their level best to try to understand what the heck is going on with women. I think sometimes they just sit around and blow their damn horn just to get off. But if you think about dating, and relationships as it relates to college and a job, it starts to make a heck of a lot more sense. One of the biggest issues today, gentlemen or ladies, is your behavior. Now, we are starting to see more women who are fit, feminine, or fit and friendly, seemingly cooperative, seemingly submissive. But you got to ask yourself a question. One of the things when I sit down with men, there's always something wrong. And these women are usually in their late 20s to their mid 30s. What does that put you? Danger zone. 27 to 35. Why is this important? Guys, you need to pay close attention to her job history. Her job history is her dating history. In particular, You need to ask yourself how she ends her relationships. If you are dealing with a woman who is conflict avoidant, run. I cannot tell you how many attractive women, black women I have met who have zero ability to handle stress, conflict, disagreement. In other words, the only time they are of any good is when everything is okay. Gentlemen, do yourself a favor and don't try to, and we're, by nature as men, we're fixers. We like to fix things and feel like, no. You'll be led to believe that it was because her ex was deficient in some category or because of whatever. It's her. These women are college educated, they are professionals, and they are all 27, well, actually, they're like 27. They're all 28 and above. Why? Because they are thoroughly into their careers. One thing that you can know about these women is they have an actual career. Let's see the warning signs to look for. Women with careers, career girls, career gals. Career girls, career gals. She has a career. And what I mean by a career, she proudly tells you about her career. She is her job. Kudos to you, ma'am, if you are your job. But the men inevitably are not trying to find women who are their job. She's a career girl. A career girl, a boss chick, or whatever it is, this is her. Pay close attention, gentlemen, because these women are hiding in plain sight. They look good. They smell good. You would think that, hey, we should be able to make something happen. Apps a French toast, absolutely not. You will not be able to make anything happen with these women. You know why? Because, one, they are risk avoidant. Two, they have serious mother-daughter wounds. Serious mother-daughter wounds. Now I'm going to leave this to the clinicians, but mother-daughter wounds are something that, again, as a stable, thorough, normal-minded man, you feel like, well, it should be as easy as getting away from your mother. But see, understand how these two things worked. These women were not allowed to fail in life. Their mothers failed in their relationships. Their mothers either divorced their fathers or never was with their fathers. Their mothers are generally masculine-minded women. For the most part, they are achievers. You know, we're not talking about women whose mom was on Section 8. We're talking about women whose mothers, many are college educated, but in some regard, they are some level of ambitious. And they taught their daughters the power of independence through education, not beholden to no man. That's why career is at the top for these girls. Mama was God. Mama told her, go to school, get a degree so you don't have to rely on no man. Oftentimes, these girls went directly from Pampers to babysitting their own siblings. They became de facto housekeepers and mothers themselves. They never got an opportunity to be daddy's little girl, mama's little girl, or daddy's princess. We're talking about women who are generally attractive. And when these girls reach around about 9 or 10 years old and they got siblings, mama wants to get back into her life. So why is this important? Because these girls are growing up being preteens and their mama is looking at them, and in ways they don't even understand, mama's looking at her as a threat, because mama sees her as the childless younger version of herself. And she looks at the freedom her daughter has and she resents it. So instead of helping it, she sabotages it. The mother-daughter wounds component goes so freaking deep. So you got women out here who never had an opportunity to be little girls or princesses, never had an opportunity to just be. They had to do. These girls had to make good grades, keep their nose clean, not bring home any boys, You start to see these girls, they tend to graduate extremely highly. They go to these, they're all into appearances. They have to go to the best school, join the best association, wear the best this, best that, blah, blah, blah. I know I am all up in somebody's Kool-Aid right now. And you would think that women like this would have a natural advantage in life, but no, they don't. They don't, because in places where they don't talk about is women like this can never divorce themselves from their mothers, because their mothers failed them as raising them up and making them feel safe, making them feel like they were enough. This is why you see plenty of pretty women who have self-esteem issues. Their mama put it there. And you get these women and you will inevitably notice that they have some sort of love-fear relationship with their mother. Inevitably, if they have brothers, the brothers are being coddled. So the resentment that the young girl gets is that mama treated brother differently, so she inevitably looks at the black male, the male image, as painful for her. So you wonder why you see these girls who go off to college and like, why don't they make better decisions? Because think about, her brother got coddled. She got the whooping. She had to babysit the brother. The brother could fuck up. She couldn't do anything except bring home straight A's and no babies. Why is this important? Because these are the women who cannot maintain relationship, because they are so busy trying to look perfect to get the approval from their abandoning mother. Oh, shit. Oh. They are so busy trying to get the approval from their abandoning mother that there is nothing you can do about it, brother. So understand, if there's nothing you can do about it, don't sweat yourself. Don't worry about it, man. You can't make this be no better. Trust me, you can't make it be no better. They are so busy trying to get the approval from their abandoning mother. What can you do? Nothing. So when you run across her, what do you have? What happens when you run across these women? You run across these women and they, like I said, they are college educated. They are driven. They are focused. And they are terrified of making a mistake. So what do? They sabotage relationships. Women like this, especially the ones who tend to be smarter, tend to date dudes that are dumber. I'm just going there tonight because I got no more chill in 2022. Y'all know who you talking to. Women like this are smarter. They tend to date dumber dudes. Why? So they can feel good about themselves, because their intelligence, their smarts is the one thing that they can feel comfort in. What do you think they're going to date a man on their term, on their intellectual level? Hell no, because then they'll go back to being the inadequate little girl that they mama raised. Hit the like button, man. I'm going in. That's why career and degree sits at the top for all of these people, all of these women, because they're lugging around these mother-daughter wounds. And inevitably, you know where it manifests themselves? In problematic relationships. You want to know one thing? She's conflict avoidant. They view conflict. They cannot handle conflict. They would rather act like everything is okay. The thing is, in a healthy relationship, conflict management and communication sits at the top. But because her emotions, her needs, her wants were never validated when she was young by her mama, she didn't learn the skills to manage your ego, man. She didn't even learn the skills to manage her own, so she just learned how to turn them off. This is why the lights are on, but there's no one home. These ice queens, and the funny thing is, they look beautiful. They can look attractive, and and I'm saying this too. I've talked to so many of you. Many of you probably feel like I'm talking to you right now, and I'm telling you, this is not specific to you. Black women, Asian women, oh my God, right here. Asian women, Korean women, Chinese, oh yeah, they got it, yeah, they can't fail. So when we talk about becoming the femininity lies in empathy. This is why you get these women saying, I want a man who can communicate and a man who can emote. These women do not want men who have any emotional intelligence. Because if you're a man who has emotional intelligence and you emote, you talk about things that matter, they can't handle it. To them, that feels like weakness. The only times you're allowed to have any kind of emotion around these people is if you lose a loved one. Why is this important? Because they can avoid conflict by going into their career. Their mother-daughter situation is always at top of everything. And all of it is to avoid conflict. They can recognize the problems exist. They know that they need therapy, but they keep themselves so preoccupied because in places that they don't want to talk about. I'm gonna tell you, ladies, grab the tissue right now. In places they don't want to talk about, they know what I'm about to put on the screen is true. They know at the end of the day that they are their mother's bailout plan. They know that they are their mother's bailout plan. These women have mothers who are in their late 50s, 60s, who have no relationship, can't keep a man. They have passed their prime in their careers. They are financially fragile. And these daughters know that they are going to have to be the one to take care of mama until her dying days, because brother can't be relied on to do it. I want you to understand, this woman is in every major city in the United States of America. She has a similar dating history. She dates men beneath her intellectually. She dates men who there is no real possible connection with. And her longest relationships tend to be diametrically opposed. You'll be even questioning, how'd you end up getting with this guy? Why are you here and he's there? Because inevitably it was chill. It was cool because they could just have fun together. But the men of value, the men that require a woman to actually be able to conflict, resolve with, and do all this stuff, because if you run in any organization, any business, conflict resolution is at the bottom. But they run at conflict. They get out of, they run, they are gone when it's time for conflict. Gone, ghosting. These are the women that, gentlemen, these are the women you're sitting down there having you have your first disagreement with this woman and you live together, you come home and she's gone. She's gone. She's moved out. Ain't nothing, the Gap Band saying, ain't nothing in the closet but hangers and poles. Get the likes up. We need 1,200 more likes or the comment section gets shut down. They are out. The one thing they do know how to do is run away. Run away! Run away! They run away because real emotion, real connection, real anything scares them because they never were affirmed emotionally when they were coming up. And what does she ultimately look like? She ultimately looks like this. How does she handle her relationships? She ghosts. She ghosts. She ghosts. With women like this, there is no what is it? There is no conversation. There is no let's end the relationship. There is no what is it called when you sit down and you clear up the bad air. You sit down and the relationship's over. You have a conversation. Nope, because they don't know how. They don't know how to break up like a human being because they're emotionally stunted. Emotion is a foreign language. So there is no leaving on good terms. There's no, hey, well, this was good. This was good. No. Ghost. This is why I say you have to look at how a woman leaves her relationships. Because many women will tell you, oh, my relationships are all bad or my relationships are all good. Then why aren't you with any of these men? If you meet this kind of woman, she tends to not have had bad relationships. And they're all a year plus. And they're all with men that are above average. Then why aren't you with any of them? Why aren't you with any of them? Here it is. This is why. Because they know that the man that they're with is going to have to be able to accept the fact that sooner or later she's going to have to move close to her mother or she's going to have to move mama in. That's the ticking time bomb. At 35 years old, she's with a guy. And everything's going well. But she knows eventually I'm going to have to tell him. When my mama loses her job at 63, she ain't going to have enough money to pay for that house. And I can't leave my mama out there on the streets. We're going to have to move mama in. Mama going to have to move in with us, or we're going to have to move close to mama. Come on. How many gentlemen, how many times have you met somebody like that? You look at their mother and you're like, well, damn, you want to go off and start your life with your woman, but she can never get too far away from her mama because her mama got nobody. She knows she's mama's ultimate bailout plan. You want to know? You want to know? Ask her about cutting her mother off. She can't imagine doing that because it will be being disloyal as a daughter. So these women can't move on forward with anybody in a relationship because in places where they don't want to admit, oh my God. Oh my God. Remember, you ladies, you asked for this. She's married to her own mother. She's married to her own mother. She can't be your wife. She can't be your girlfriend. She can't be your nothing because she's married to her own mother. She's married to her own mother. Desmond says, I have several times. There it is. She's married to her own mother. So whether to be upfront with you, if you've ever been sitting around, and where this come from? So many women ask me to touch on this mother-daughter wound thing because this has been going on for months. They've been having conversations amongst themselves. They've been having some with their mothers. But then I've also had men saying, why are these relationships not working? I meet her and on paper, everything's okay. We like one another, this or that. But inevitably, it always happens the same way. She's too busy in her career. Her career is her safety zone. It's her way she can avoid. She's putting too much into her career. And you would think her career is paying her $500,000. No, it's paying her less than 6 figures. But it takes up you would think this woman is a triage surgeon. The way she talks about her career and how busy she is. But it's the one place that she can just she can become numb. She is numb. Her career and what she really knows is oh Jesus, prepare yourself, ladies. They're still trying to win their mother's acceptance. Your mother loves you, but she don't like you. You're still trying to win your mother's acceptance. And your mother's acceptance is not required for you to move forward with your life. You accepting the fact that your mother is just a woman, just like anybody else, and she made her good and bad choices like we all do. And women who can finally make peace with the fact that they do not have to live their lives with their mother tied around their neck. We often talk about, daddy issues in modern women, but I found it's much more the mother issues. Single women keep women single. Single mothers keep their daughters single too. Wait a minute. Let me rephrase. Scratch. Because there is also a variant of mother who's married to father, who purposely make their daughters independent. Why? Women like having one up on each other. You've seen them on this show before. Mama been married 30 plus years, but telling their daughter to go to college and don't get married, so on and so forth, but they wouldn't trade for the world. Ladies, ask yourself one question. When the beer bug happened, you had a chance to realize how much that little piece of a job you call a career don't mean shit. I mean, they treat their jobs like, if I don't do this or I don't do that, they're more into their jobs than the CEO. The people who run the companies aren't as wired up as they are. But it's because this is where I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl when I do my job. I'm a good girl when I make good grades. This is where she got praise. What little praise she got was around this. This is why I recommend therapy so much, because your mother did a job on you And did she know it? She was doing it? It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, you're a grown woman. You're a grown woman and you cannot handle relationships. You cannot handle relationships because you are in many ways married to your own mother. And even if your mother, and even if you're not that far off, we know the statistics. 3 out of 4 black women were married. That means 74. What do we think? All these children, women, girls don't let their moms just go to dirt. So they're giving their lives up. And all this resentment and everything that comes along. And gentlemen, you can't fix this. She has to fix it. She has to fix it. She has to fix it. And you will know women that have addressed this, fixed this, if their career matters, but it's not their, but if their career matters, but they're willing to put their career on the back burner on hold. If you run into a boss bitch or a career chick, kudos to all of you. You don't get career and thorough man. You got to pick. You got to pick, ladies. And the women who are willing to put career to the side for thorough man, these women want to do it. They're in their heart of hearts, they want to, but they don't know how to deal with a man in tough times. Meaning, they can have relationships. They just can't deal with conflict in relationships. They can only deal with relationships when it's smooth sailing. These are the fun girls. The girls that like to travel and trips and this, that. These aren't the women that aren't going to be able to handle any real toughness. So as a man, you will be well to know that up front, knowing that if you want a support system, not it. Not it. Not because she doesn't want to, it's because she can't. If she can't handle conflict, she can't be your support system. And what will end up happening is she ends up feeling bad about how she is showing up in this situation where she knows she should be better. She knows she should do better. She knows that you're a thorough dude and this is a great opportunity. And she knows that anybody else in the world would kill to be where she is. She knows it. But yet she still can't get out of her own way. And what does she do? She ghosts. She leaves. Because she cannot face sitting here saying, I'm broken. She cannot face saying that this is everything I ever thought I wanted, but I can't handle it. But you know what? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm open the window because I want to know how many women think I'm wrong. How many mothers are out there raising your daughters, setting her up to be your get out of jail free card? How many times have I sat back and asked these women with all these kids, what are you going to do at 55, 65 years old? Well, that's what you got kids for. What you going to do? Because what man wants to sit around and say, I want to be with you, but we got to take your mama in too? Because I'm going to tell you something. These women's mothers ain't living on Swanson Hungry Man meals. They living. That means you're gonna have to take your mother-in-law in or move close to your mother-in-law. That means you're gonna have to maintain your mother-in-law and a wife. Your mother-in-law is gonna become your kid. And here's the thing: the men that can afford to do that, they don't even get a complete woman. Oh shit. I know I'm going to get cussed out. I said prepare yourself for this one. Because there's only one way out of this one, ladies, and it's through. This is why I ask women today when I date, name your
Recording in
therapist.
progress.
Name of your therapist. If you weren't raised in a two-parent household and you have a healthy reverence for your father, what's the name of your therapist? What is the name of your therapist? Because this kind of shit requires counseling. Because the feelings of, I can't leave my mother. I can't abandon my mother. My mother did everything for me. X, Y, and Z. All right, well then be married to your mama. Well, she did the best she could. That's true. Cool. But your life, and I'm going to tell you, because I know that there are women probably watching this right now thinking I'm talking about them. No, I ain't talking about you. Ladies only. I'm not talking about you because I have met so many of these women. And hell, maybe I am talking about you. Maybe I am talking about you. Maybe I am talking about you. If the shoe fits. Because one thing I would say that I've noticed is women don't question other women about the bullshit that goes on with them and their mothers. But women will get down with a scalpel and a microscope to dig all into the relationships between her and men. But women never examine their relationships with other women. But I will tell you this woman tends to have women around her that are opposite to her. If she's a marrying type woman, her friends tend to be modern women. Go make it make sense. Make it make sense. All accomplished, all that, and ask her about her friends. Oh, I got such friends, and she's pretty, she's attractive, she's this, she's that. Ask her about her friends' relationship. They're all mothers, baby mamas, no relationships, but they all got.
I'm a PhD.
What the problem be? What the problem be? See, we're quick to talk about the relationship that daughters have with their dads, father wounds and daddy issues, mama issues in this regard. You know how many men I met who were like, damn, man, I did go girl, but you know, her mother is always in our business. She tells her mother everything. Her mother's nosy. Her mother's this. Her mother's that. And when they finally get honest with me, it's like, man, I fear that, you know, when her mom is forced to leave the work environment, we're going to have to take care of her mom. She belongs to the sea. Come on, man. So what are some possible solutions for this? One, ladies, therapy is so good. And this is why I wish we had more women going to talk to men who are therapists. I cannot tell you how many women say they watch my program. And a lot of these things they never brought up, but they're not in therapy. They feel like going to therapy makes them traitorous to their mother. It's like, well, dang, I don't want to go to therapy. I don't want to go get on the couch and just bash my mom. Your mother's a human being. But if your mother still plays such an outsized role in your life as an adult, what room is there for a man? Good, I have fun with these kind of women. Well, you better be careful with these kind of women. Because you may think it's fun, but if you know, you know, well, let me go in. Ladies, there is hope. therapy. 6 to 12 months, 2 to 4 times a month. And the thing is, you can still have your mother in your life. You just need to apply boundaries and healthy interactions. And your mother needs to know that you are not going to be responsible for her. Because there are women, honestly, you ask this woman's mother, if your daughter died, what would you do? She'd figure it out. I think it's the height of selfishness that I've seen so many women in this category, their mothers using their daughter's life. Let me just be honest. So many of these mothers are using their daughters' lives. You used her childhood, likely to get back at her dad. You used her adolescence as another tool, because when she was a young girl, she made you feel young. You used her dating years as entertainment because you made sure y'all was more like girlfriends. And then when she's in her 30s, she's your bailout plan. And this is why I am so against, this is why nuclear family is so much better, because mamas need some business. If your mama was still with your daddy, they could have a life together other than just being in your space all the time. Oh man, it's getting crunk. Chat room is going off the chain. So while these folks coming here, understand, okay, so LA focus group, women's focus group. If you want to be part of the LA women's focus group, you must send me an email with your photos, face headshot, waist up, full body. And I need your age, height, weight, dress size, marital status, the amount of children. Need to know where you went to school and what you do. I'm looking for women 25 to 37, single, unmarried, no children. I want women who are unmarried, no boyfriends, single ass women, women who are actually on the market. You can be dating, but if you got a boyfriend, then I will also need, in addition to that, I will need your public Instagram so I can go on it as well. We'll be sitting down for about 2 hours in a focus group meeting behind closed doors to talk. And then afterwards, we'll probably go grab something to eat. You will be paying your own check. I'm not buying you dinner, buying you drinks, anything else. That's on you. Unmute yourself. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello. How old are you? All right, what do you got on the topic? What did I get wrong?
I actually don't think you got anything wrong.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Actually, I kind of like to add to, like, I don't know, like, I kind of like to add to the conversation as far as like mothers not destroying their daughters, but, you know, hold on. Like, yeah, like not destroying their daughters, but having some type of animosity towards their daughters. Like they want to be better, not like, well, better than them in a sense.
What do you mean?
Like,
go ahead. Go ahead and say what you mean.
Use as an example, like my grandmother, for instance, with my mother before she passed, you know, my mom was a single mother. She had me at 15, and she, you know, my mom always wanted to get ahead or go to school or whatever, and she kind of kept her in this box, like, oh, you know, well, you can't leave, or I need you, or whatever, but it kind of wasn't beneficial to her life. Okay. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I kind of see it that way, like what you're saying, like And even my aunt today, with my grandmother, like seeing it from my grandmother, I see those traits in my aunt. She's like, I want to move to Texas, but I can't leave my mother.
Say it again. I want to move to Texas, but I can't leave my mom.
Yeah, like I see that, and
Well,
it's like I don't know
a
where.
lot of times, a lot of times, women feel like they gave up their youth for their kids.
Right.
Like it's almost like you owed your mom. It's like a lot of these women, their mothers feel like you owe them for being born and for you raising them. And honestly, you don't owe your mama nothing. Your mama should have had a husband, and then whatever she was due, she should have got from her husband.
Right.
What's your relationship was like? What is your relationship like with your mom?
Before my mother passed away, I mean, we had like a conflicting relationship, I guess you could say. But she was still young though too, so it was kind of like a kid raising a kid.
Do you have any children?
Yeah. I have children now. Yeah,
Are you single or are you married?
I'm not married, but you know,
So you're single.
yeah,
So what? Do you have any daughters?
yeah, I have a daughter.
Okay, so what are you going to do with her?
I mean, I'm going to encourage her to go to school. You know, I finished college,
Okay.
but I'm going to encourage her to go to school, you know. But if like, you know, like I guess, I mean, everyone's biased, but I'm not like to the point where I'm going to say, you know what, you need to go to school and you need to do this and that because, you know, you're just not going to make it anywhere in life.
Well, so if you understand what you didn't get, and
Right.
what is school gonna? School is something that you do. Okay.
Yeah.
But what about relationships?
Right. I mean,
That's what I'm asking. What are you going to recommend your daughter do as far as relationships? Because if you know you and your mom had a contentious relationship and you're not married, what is school going to do for your daughter?
it's not going to do anything for a relationship. But if we're speaking on the terms of relationship, I mean, I would want her to be married first.
Okay. But my guess ultimately what I'm saying is what,
Right.
you know, if your mother had told you, hey, daughter, you need to prioritize, you need a man. In addition to school and everything else, you think things would have been any different?
Mm, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
Well, let me ask you a hard question then. How old are you?
29,
And you're in what state?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. So it's fair to say that having a child out of wedlock
Right.
is difficult.
Yeah.
So if you were raised to believe that the only way I'm gonna have a child needs to be in the context of being married first, and then a child through planning, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in right now.
No.
So how's that not better? Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. The nicest way I'm trying to say it is, why are women having kids out of wedlock? Like it's no big deal when you know how hard it is to be a single mother.
I mean, that's true. That's true though.
Okay, so what I'm asking you about, if your mother would have told you to make sure you had a man first, would things be different? You say you don't know, and I'm like, well,
Because I guess it's the way we kind of conditioned to think. So it kind of conflicts when you think about it. You know
no,
what I mean?
no, I don't. Explain.
So like you were just talking about this whole time, right? It's like, you know, mothers kind of encourage their daughters, like, you know, make sure you know, like I said, make sure, you have a way to support yourself as well, first before, you jump into relationships, marriage, whatever.
No, you're not supposed to have a way to support yourself before you jump into a marriage. That's not.
Right.
That makes no sense. Because by the time you can support and take care of yourself, one of the major reasons for being involved with somebody is removed. Today, so many women want to be stable before they're in a relationship. That makes no sense.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, that's what I mean. The general idea is like conditioned already.
So what I'm saying is if your mother would have told you to get into a relationship early, marry earlier, you wouldn't have a kid right now without a husband.
No.
That's my whole point. We have made it to the fact of where women can have children without husbands if we made it okay.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Well, so I'm asking you, what are you going to do different with your daughter if you're not even telling her that a man is required?
Right.
I know it's right, but what are you going to do? Because to me, what it sounds to me like is you could just tell your daughter to go to get a college degree and she's going to follow in your same footsteps. She's going to be a single mother.
I mean, I feel like she could still go to school, but still, be in a relationship and get married. Like I've seen stories where people get married.
What's more important? What's more important? School or marriage? You can't have both. Pick one. Which is more important?
That's a hard decision, though. Just given.
Pick one.
Marriage is more important.
Do you really believe that?
I feel like it is. Because I
well,
feel like
if you really believe that, then you'll be prioritizing that in the way you talk to your daughter. I think you're saying that because it's probably the right thing to say, but I don't think you believe that.
No, I do believe it. I do believe marriage is because at the end of the day,
is it more important than going to college? Is it more important than going to college?
I think the reason why we're on.
Is it more important than going to college?
It's more, I feel like it's more important to go to college because not everybody goes to college.
You think it's more important to go to college?
To be married and have a life.
Ma'am, you got a college degree, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what? You got a college degree and no husband. Anybody can be a baby mom, just like anybody can go to college. It is more important to be married than go to college because most people have jobs. We got people who come into this country illegally, who surpass the people who've been in here for generations because they have family. You're alone as a single woman with a baby. Are you making over $100,000 a year?
I'm not.
Then, ma'am, you are doing it all by yourself. Would it not be better to have a husband and his mother and father and your mother and father and all of the extended family that comes along with nuclear families? Even if you were making middle class money, if you had 2 sets of grandparents and 2 sets of cousins, would it not be better than single mama degree by yourself?
It would be better, but then it's like, it would be better. I said, what's
the fear? What's the fear though?
I do, but I think it'd be better like if we could say it's better if we lived in this perfect world, right?
No, we could say no. I don't want that perfect world example. We could say it's better if women acted like we could say,
especially from where I come from.
We could say it's better if women acted like. It's not a perfect world. It's a matter of you ladies staying in your damn place and not leaving your relationships.
This is true, but I mean, men have to do the same though. In a sense.
What I want you to understand is this is the same bullshit verbal judo that y'all always do.
Mm-hmm. As far as like just
50, we have a higher than 50% divorce rate, but 8 out of 10 times women initiate divorce. Women leave relationships, not men. See, what I want you guys to understand is I just asked a very simple question. Which is better, going to college or being married? She knows being married and coming from nuclear families on both sides is better, but she can't say it because it would invalidate what she's doing. So she has to say, no, you need college so you can have a job in case a man leaves you. But the problem is, you ladies are the ones that are wrecking your own homes. You ladies are the ones that are leaving. Men are doing what we're supposed to. Women are out of control today.
But I said that's why I said that that's how we were conditioned to think, though. And I'm not discrediting that. That is 100% true.
Conditioned by
That's
whom?
how
Conditioned by whom?
women
Conditioned by whom?
just conditioned by the
By
family.
whom?
I mean, if we're going to speak on a micro level,
Speak. I want by conditioned by whom? Men or women?
women more so. You're
Okay,
right.
well then, ma'am, men can't do anything about that. You said that's who we condition, and I'm saying who did the condition?
Mothers,
Well,
grandmothers.
then
Well,
don't
at
say
least in my
that's
case.
how we were conditioned. Say women conditioned us. See, when you say we, that puts me and men like myself and other men in that system. We don't want to be in your mother's and women's shit. We want you to hold the women responsible for conditioning you to be single mothers.
That's absolutely true. But also, what I've seen in broken homes is women also condition their sons as well. So I wouldn't say it's only women. And I've seen it.
Ma'am, but if they're in a broken home, who broke that motherfucker? Who broke it? Who broke it? The husband, the mother, or the daughter? The mother or the the mother or the mother or the father? No monologue. No, it depends. Who broke it? The mother or the father?
Don't know, because if I go back
Bullshit.
to my grandparents,
Bullshit. The mothers break
if
the
I
homes.
use my
Bullshit.
no, if I use my
Bullshit. Women
grandparents,
continue. This is where the numbers come in. No,
right?
this is where the numbers come in. I don't care about your micro. In general, who is leaving relationships today? Is it men or is it women? Who's filing for divorce, ma'am?
It's today, but we can't only look at
Yes,
today
ma'am. Ma'am, Friday night. Okay.
because it
What
started.
number do you want to go
before
back
today.
to? What number do you want to go back to? Because men have never been the ones breaking homes. See, this bullshit that y'all believe. When? What do you want to
That's
go
what I'm
back?
saying.
Okay, let's stop right here. What? Stop right here. What
Uh-huh.
point in time? Stop. What point in time do you want to go back to so we can see? Give me a point in time.
I don't know.
You can't tell me today, ma'am.
19. I don't know. 1960s, 70s.
1960s and 70s in the black community, we were made at a rate of 8 out of 10 in 19 up to 1965.
Okay.
So what happened after that? No fault divorce, the Great Society, and government benefits, incentivizing women to be separate from their men.
But if we go off the basis of government assistance, it's majority of Caucasian women who are on government assistance.
Ma'am,
So
that is a disingenuous statistic. They're the larger percentage of the population. Percentage wise, it's a non-starter. Don't give me this Caucasian women. You tell me when we are surpassing white people, you can tell me the problems of white people. See, prior to 1965, we didn't need the government stuff. The only reason you need a government that much is because you don't want your man. See, what I'm trying to get you to understand is this is the mindset of women. They believe so much bullshit that's put into their heads by women. But the thing is, you saying back in the day, men need to do what? What can men do? What can men do when women walk away?
What was it again?
What can men do when women don't walk? What can a man do if women are free to come and go as they please?
They can't do anything, but then that's kind of like, oh well, society has taken the control away from black men, which
No, ma'am. See, black men, society hasn't taken control because the same government benefits exist for white women, Hispanic women, Asian women, and Middle Eastern women. They stick with their men.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't society, it's your choice.
Okay. But it's also been bred to draw the black
Bred by whom?
It was bred. I mean, if we're talking about
the
that,
women, ma'am. Go back to
talking about that range.
no, ma'am. We have already got. You keep trying to say we were conditioned by whom? Bred by whom? Bred by whom?
We were bred. It could be from the mothers.
Not could be, ma'am. Not could be. Not could be.
But you gotta understand.
There is no but. There is no but. And this is why I want you guys to understand. This is why you should avoid women like this. They are incorrigible.
That's fine.
Facts, data, statistics don't matter. They don't want to be accountable. They cannot hold themselves accountable. It always has to be somebody else. It always has to be other society.
From the streets, I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got. I get that money.
I rebuke.
It burns! Oh, it burns!
You will never, ever get anywhere arguing back and forth with the white supremacists, the society, what chattel slavery, Jim Crow, black laws, segregation, and all other shit could not accomplish. Feminism could. And I want you to understand that you, ma'am, you said you tell your daughter to go to college. That's what you said. So it's another cycle of why not prioritize a relationship? Go back and listen. The 6 points I laid out, here it is. Here it is. I didn't make this shit up. College, career, mother-daughter, conflict avoidance. You can't make this shit up, people. Mother's bailout plan. Relationships end. Well, the men got to do X, Y, and Z. Men can't do shit. Married to own mom. There you go. That's right there. Career. Education. You can't make this shit up. So, gentlemen, understand, it is not your responsibility to fix this shit. It is not. It is not. You cannot fix this. Don't feel responsible. And when you're dealing with somebody who wants to keep telling you it's the system, we were bred or whatever, run. I do this for a reason. So you can understand how easy it is to get looped into this conversation. I do it so you can easily how it is to get looped into it and make you feel like, we got to fight together. You can't fight outside and inside. I want you guys to understand that the premise today so many women are putting forward is since 1960, there has been a massive psyops that has undermined the black community and taken over the mind of black women. I'm like, where was all this shit from 1865 to 1950, 1964? See, the government benefit was there for everybody. And if we use them, fine. But what was supposed to happen is you go get whatever benefit, bring it back to the house, and you share with your man. And you play the game. If you're counted as a double minority through Title IX and affirmative action, and you got offered the office job, you took the office job like my grandmother took the office job, and my grandfather worked in the field or in the mechanic shop. That's what you did. And then you came back home and you brought it all under the one household. But what happened is they took the office job and started feeling like they were better because they were making more money. My grandmother made more money. She had the nice job. My grandfather had the dirty jobs. But the only time that mattered was out there in the world. When he came home, she was his wife. What happened was in the 80s and 90s, too many of our women started feeling themselves because they were working in corporate America and you was working at UPS or the plant. That's why they can't find a man on their level.
I'm a PhD.
That's why all this education shit start mattering so much more. So you're supposed to bring it back to your family. But then it became, well, I'm making $25 an hour and you making $16 an hour. And I ain't gonna go out there and cook and clean and do X, Y, and Z. Yeah, whatever. You can't make this shit up, people. It's bread. By whom? The mamas. Can't blame the man. Can't blame the parent that ain't there. Unmute yourself, please. Yeah, you have to turn YouTube off in the background. How old are you? All right. Not yet.
Okay, I don't want to be on YouTube.
Okay, what is the disagreement?
So some of the things that I've heard you say about keeping a husband, I'm a little bit confused about them because in my regular life, and of course I've never dated a high value man, which we know you said that most women can't really get that. So I'm talking about regular guys here. You said that we can't keep men because we are combative and we're aggressive. And in my experience, I think more aggressive women I've seen honestly keep men more.
Ma'am, how are we defining keep?
When I say keep, as in they're the ones that are being kept by the man. You're in the house.
How are we defining keep? We keep score over here by weddings.
Okay.
Marriages, wedding rings.
Well, one woman I know is married. The other two.
One woman.
Well, I'm talking about the examples that I'm talking about, not all.
Okay. Okay.
But this person who is someone who I looked up to because she was married young. She did it the right way, and I did not. So I looked up to her.
So what you're saying is, hey, Kevin, what you and the other hundreds of thousands of men are saying, they want women who are cooperative, not combative. But what I'm seeing in my anecdotal world is one woman who is combative is married.
No.
Okay, that's what I just heard. What's wrong with what I just said?
Okay, well, what I'm trying to say, this person isn't combative necessarily, but what I've seen with women who have men, they're kind of.
I said, man, you said that women are kept, and I said, how are we defining keep? You said kept. I said, we define by weddings, marriages. That's how we define over here. Because you did start off saying marriages, ma'am. So you cannot go between dating and marriages. How are we keeping score?
Well, we can keep score by marriage if you'd like.
That's the only way we keep score. That's the only thing you can see. So you're saying that men would marry women who are combative?
Not necessarily combative, but they just have other qualities that I feel like are, I just don't understand how, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. There's women that I look up to that are married, and I'll ask them certain questions about keeping a man, and they're kind of aggressive. They're not, some of them aren't house women. They're not cooking and cleaning. They're just, but they will fight you about their man, or they will, yell
Ma'am,
at
okay.
they're married.
Due respect, I don't really understand the point you're trying to make. You ask these women about what?
About, being in a relationship. How do you get a man to stay with you? Being
Uh-huh. What did you ask? What happened when you asked your mother?
My mother is not married.
Okay. All right. So the women you ask, and this one woman that you're talking about is married, yes or no?
Yes.
And you asked her, what do you do to keep your marriage going?
Yes.
And what did she say?
I don't know. First, she just said it's love. They got married young. It was like a high school sweetheart kind of thing. And I don't know, to be partners in the partnership and all that stuff. But I feel like that's disingenuous. But what I've seen is different than what I'm being shown, what I'm being told. What I see
What
is
did she say?
that they loved each other. That's why they're married. Just make sure that you love him, you be there for him.
See, this is what I need. Okay, and this is what do the men say they want?
The men said that they want a woman who's there for them, who's good.
Then why don't you do what the men French toast ass say instead of what you think you see and what one woman told you? Why don't you listen to the buyers instead of the sellers?
I do, but
okay.
The people who are buying are
excuse me,
contradicting what they're telling me.
Excuse me, the people who are what? The people who are buying. I want to be clear what you said.
The men in the situation, they're telling me one thing, but the women that they are keeping, the women they are
Ma'am, the men are you talking about? You talk to their husbands?
No.
Okay, don't get frustrated at me because you can't be clear about what you're asking. The chat room's confused too, so I'm sorry. I can only go on what you tell me. What is the question you ultimately have? How about that?
My question that I have is, why, when I listen to you and you say,
what is the question you ultimately have? Don't give me the background. What is the question? What is the confusion? What is the issue?
The issue that I have is that I just don't believe that. I think men are kept by their women, and I think that
then fine. Then do that and die alone. I don't care what you think.
Well,
no one cares what you think at 25. I want you to understand what the men keep asking for. That's the mother freaking problem. You think you know better than us.
No, I don't. I'm asking you. I don't think I know better. I'm confused.
Okay, you say the men are kept by their women, meaning what?
Okay. The men are kept by their women, as in these women are more aggressive than me. You know what I mean?
Are they, ma'am? These women, you talked to. Okay.
I'm clearly speaking on my life and my life experience.
Ma'am, you talked about one woman that's married.
Okay.
And you keep saying these women. I only care about the married women.
Okay.
How many, do you know many married women?
No.
Then what do you see any problem with that?
That is a problem. I do have
Do
a
you
problem.
see any problem with that though? You're judging you're trying to judge the market and men based upon women who are not married and what they say and what you think you see. But the one thing is, I said we judge on marriages. I don't care what women in the streets are saying. Do you want to be married?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I just think that's the right thing to do. Women should be
Why?
married. Why?
Yes.
That's just what I'm being told is the right thing to do.
Okay, well, jump off a bridge.
Okay.
That's the right thing to do too. If you want to die, jump off a bridge.
Well, I don't want to die. I want to
Okay,
live.
then your want matters. So don't just tell me why do you want to get married?
So that I can create a stable foundation for my
For
children,
whom?
future
For
generations,
whom?
for my children, and for
Right.
future.
What's your marriage? What is your they did it right marriage model?
Um, I don't have a lot of examples of that.
What is your they did it right marriage model?
They did it right. You get married, you have
Where
children.
no, what is your that couple did it right marriage model? What public couple is they did it right? Your public couple, they did it right.
Um, as in celebrities, I honestly don't.
I don't care if they're celebrities, I say public. Because I don't know your grandparents or anybody else. So I need to know. See, what I'm showing is you put a lot of faith, you put a lot of stock in your little anecdotal world.
I don't want to do that.
But I need you to listen.
Okay.
You put a lot of stock in your anecdotal world. My world is much bigger than yours, and it's loaded with men saying what the hell they want. You don't have a they did it right marriage model. I ask you why you want to be married, and you don't have a why, other than it's just the right thing to do.
That's what you guys told me.
But I need you to be okay. Have you ever had a relationship?
Not really.
Thank you. Your problem is not relationships. Your problem, you're socially awkward because you can't even have a conversation that's not annoying.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. I know I have a problem. That's why.
Well, that's good. You know that, but your problem is not men and what men are saying. Your problem is even right here. I don't want to talk to you anymore, and I'm patient.
Well, I'm not socially awkward. I'm in this conversation. It's a little heated because I'm trying to get my point across and I'm not doing it very well. So I'm a little.
That's not my problem now, is it?
No, it's not.
Well, whatever the issue is, ma'am, it's on your side.
Okay.
And you say you're not socially awkward. You're 25 years old and haven't had a relationship?
Not a long-term relationship.
Then that kind of leads towards socially awkward, ma'am, whether you like the word or not. If you were a man, are you a virgin?
No.
What's the longest relationship you ever had?
About 5 months or so.
When was the last time you were actually intimate with somebody? No one can see you.
Probably about 3 months ago.
All right. Ma'am, 5-month relationship at 25 years old, that leans towards socially awkward.
Okay.
So before you start worrying about men, you need to kind of get a grasp of what it is, your
I was
EQ.
going to do that, but
all right.
you said that we shouldn't do that. That you shouldn't try.
Oh, you're not. But okay. First of all, don't say that I said you shouldn't. I don't know you. You have never booked a session with me, so don't make me responsible for what you think you hear in a podcast.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
I'm trying to follow good advice, and you said that a lot of women.
Ma'am,
feel like-
I don't know you. And I'm going to tell you right now, based on the conversation I've already had, you hear what you want to hear. Go back and listen to this. I listen very well. So I can't be responsible for what you think you heard.
Okay. So you.
I'm gonna tell you guys, there are a lot of women. See, a lot is going on with women under 26. We have a lot of femcells. I don't know you, so yeah, I got to be able to see you. Okay, unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Can I talk to you without being on YouTube?
Yeah, that's fine. I just had to at least see who you were. So how old are you?
Hi. 34.
All right. So what did I get wrong?
I really appreciate what you're doing here. I do. But I want you to know that some of these women call in here really broken and you go too hard on them. You
Don't-
do, and you go hard on them in front of everybody.
First of all, ma'am, if they don't want to call in, they can book a private session.
Not everybody.
I do exactly what I do, and I'm not going to change.
I know, but not everybody.
I'm not going to change. I am not going to change. And I, how dare you try to tell me what to fix when I have results to show what I do works. What do you do?
Say less. Have a good day.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do?
I don't do
though?
nothing. I don't do nothing.
Exactly. I'm just saying. See, that's the point. See, conflict avoidant. You can't push back with these women. See, I was supposed to just say you're right. And what did they do, gentlemen? What did you do? What did you just see? What did we just see? What did we just see? Conflict avoidant, ghosting. What did we just see, folks? What did we just see? You say your side, I say no, I'm going to do what I'm doing. I have a track record of this and that. What are you basing your expert opinion on, or whatever? And what did she do? Conflict avoidant, ghosting. Say less, say less. You can't make this shit up.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
Godfather, right yet again. You can't make it up. So thank you for coming in here and proving the point yet again. The only worlds that these red flag women can deal in is in worlds where you don't rock their boat. There are women who call in and they're really broken and this and that. We're all broken in some kind of way. And I reflect energy. So in case you haven't tuned in quite a while, some of these so-called broken people give and they get right back what they give. I'm not dealing with shrinking violets. Even a woman that was on before you, did it seem like she was knuckling under? I had to mute her. But this is that believe all women shit. This is they're not responsible. And it's the coddling of the modern woman that has jacked up the modern woman. But if you got better results, say more. Show us. Until then, you can go ahead and Oh yeah, by the way, let me give you this.
From the streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got. I get that money.
So, yeah, it will be a pleasure when the day comes that I'm not right, because that means women will start to change. I will gladly take being wrong, verifiably wrong, because that means women will start to change. And when women start to change and make adjustments, that means they're going to be better for the men. Mission freaking accomplished. If you think you want to say, ha, 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 we proved it wrong. We found 10,000 women that are fit, feminine friendly, cooperative, submissive, and they did X, Y, and Z, and they got husbands despite that. And the men are like, yeah, they're everything I want. Final broadcast, mother suckers. God damn it. Mission accomplished. They got me confused. Yeah. Who's getting timed out in here? Let them rock it. I'm getting timed out left and right. What happened? Yeah. Mimi, guys, try not to throw too many emojis in there. Ashley, I need to see who you are first. You don't have to stay on camera, but I do need to see that you're a female. I do need to see that you're a female. So, again, this is what we're going to do. And again, if you want to be in LA, you want to be in the focus group, send me your email with your photograph, your face shot above your waist, full length, and then your demographics, age, height, weight, dress size, occupation, where you went to school. You need to be unmarried, single, meaning unmarried, and childless, 25 to 37. And yes, you need to be fit. I'm going to just say it as nice as possible. Come on, man. Come on. You need to be fit. You need to be that which you're seeking. And also, you can't have a boyfriend. If you're dating, I don't expect you to be a nun. But if you're in a relationship, no, thank you. So I need that sent to me on email at info@kevinsamuels.com. In the subject line, put LA Women's Focus Group. And then I need your IG, your Instagram handle in your email. Because I'm going to go to your Instagram and your Instagram needs to be public. I need to be able to see your Instagram. Those two things must be done. If not, I'm going to skip right on past you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the call line for some more women and for some men. Hold on just a second. But until then, let's do this.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo la cosa.
Yeah! So if you want to do your Money World Girl Dancer submission, send it to me at info@kevinsamuels.com. Money World Girl video submission. Yes, it needs to be shot well. And I'm looking for women who are professional dancers. Because I'm gonna put the little tagline at the bottom because hey, get your groove on. Is that like that? Oh yeah. Money World. Yeah, remember the old school song, Money World? Sarah, go ahead and unmute yourself. I love a dancer. I love women who are dancers' bodies. Flexible women who are petite. Oh yeah, yeah, boy. Get your groove on. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, emotional intelligence is very important. I was saying about the rising number of female of femcells. See, when you're socially awkward and a man, you pay a high penalty, right? Because men get an assessment from the world on a regular basis. But as a woman, you don't get as many assessments. So if you're as a woman and you're not getting real feedback, if you're really not getting a lot of feedback from the world, that tells you something is off. Something is really off. All right, gentlemen, I put the link in here. You can hit the link, guys. I'm going to talk to the first 2 or 3 guys, but you must be in front of the camera. You must have the light source in your face. And if you're not camera ready, if you got a t-shirt on, a ball cap, you smoking hookah, you're laying in the bed, I'm not talking to you. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of that. You must represent for the hit squad well. You must represent for the blue collar Henrys and the white collar Henrys well. The focus groups are dope. Nip that out quick. Somebody asked about 1099 girlfriends. Sorry, bad internet. Sorry, that's fine. You still got to show me who you are. I got to see who you are. Well, sorry, you can't come on. All right. Yeah, I get too many people on here wanting to troll, talking about bad internet. Well, you got to go. So, if you're a woman in today and you feel like you're behind, the purpose of this program is to give you a dose of reality. And a lot of women don't like it. A lot of women want women to walk around feeling hopeful and this and that. I'd rather you feel aware. I want you to know that if you want to get into Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Stanford, MIT, that you're going to have to work your ass off. That just being smart isn't enough. See, today we have told women that just being a woman is enough. Just being female is enough, and it has never been enough to get a man, much less a man of value. We're telling women that, you heard I'm supposed to accept just a regular guy. Remember the 37-year-old lady with the chest tattoo? Every day when I'm out in the world, I run into men who are average, middle-class guys who say thank you for standing up for us. I expect women to be better. Your education is not what we value. We value your usefulness to us. How are you a feminine asset? To that regard, these focus groups are the forerunner to my town hall meetings. My town hall meetings, when I have them, they will be in a location in an international city. And I want to try to keep it at under 500. But look, the purpose is always the same, to get women to start getting more women to be fit for the kind of men they say they want. Now, you may not like my method, but I'm what you got. And I'm going to tell you something else. I think it's funny and interesting that the more you start looking at these dating relationship, these podcasts and shows, more women are starting to move towards this direction. More women are starting to move towards this color. Because when women have to deal with women, when women have to talk to women, and then when women sit down with men who they can verify are the kind and caliber of men these women want, they hear unanimously what men want. And you can't just keep telling men, well, no. Yeah, this person, Ashley, if you're going to go ahead and troll, just do what you're going to do so you can move on. I'm not going to put you on camera. So go ahead and show yourself on camera. All right. So this person says their name is Nope. So here's what we do. Jessica, show yourself or you got to go. Yeah, what I'm doing right now is I have people in the chat room. Show yourself or get booted. Yeah, I'm not playing games with people in my chat room. If I say I won't show you on camera, I won't show you, but you must show yourself. I'll tell you, when I was in New York this week, it was so great being up there with Dennis Sperling, the lead attorney, and Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. It is great to be out in the field with brothers, and we're talking about the future and what's possible. Shout out to the lovely Dennis Sperling's lovely lady. I know he met her in my mixed group. I'm going to tell you, when you see a woman who's with a man of value and when you see it right, everybody wants that. Everybody wants that. Men want it. Brother Sperling will tell you he wanted it and he didn't even know how much he wanted it. So I'm all for the people telling me that your tone is this and that, because what you don't seem to get is the result. I'm not going to sit here and tell you don't forget this and da-da-da-da-da. I'm not a therapist. I am a coach, consultant. Tanisha, either you show or you go. Show or go. In the chat room, show or go. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're still trying to show without showing. That ain't gonna work either. So go ahead and do it. See, what people are trying to do is they'll come over here and try to troll, and I won't let them do it. All right, well, bye-bye. You're trying. Well, your camera is either on. You don't have anything. You say you're trying. Let's see. Let me bring in a few guys. All right. So yeah, to my guys out there, my 18 to 30-year-old, my hit squads, you guys are on track. I love to run into young men who are focusing, getting out there, working at 60 hours a week, getting in the gym, getting their mind right, their body right. Guys are the most important thing, guys, is you cannot be a lone wolf out here. You got to find your wolf pack. You got to find your pack. The lone wolf dies in the cold winter. The pack survives. You got to find your pack. And it does not have to be a perfect pack. Unmute yourself, Wink. It does not have to be a perfect pack. You make a pack. One thing you want to watch for is cheap guys, though. Hello, how are you, Wink? Good. Let me finish this one point. Guys, there's a difference between being frugal and then there's cheap. You know, you want people who are financially savvy, but you got to find men who have a generosity of spirit. And you also need to find women who have a generosity of nature. What's going on, man?
Man, it's an interesting topic, and it's always funny to hear, how women think that men should be versus what they want and what they constantly say, and they constantly try to fight against everything that's in their face. The sense of reality to me is it's just baffling.
So when I talked about this, these red flags in women, that career education thing, the mother-daughter wounds, the conflict avoidant. Have you dealt with any of these conflict avoidant, ghosting kind of women, the women that are still married to their mama?
And I personally don't have to worry about that because I'm a married man
Okay.
of 3. But I do see what you say when it comes to, some of my wife's, friends and some of her counterparts, even some family.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's some of the things that I've seen that mothers can do to their daughters. I can understand how their brains can be misconstrued.
How long you been married?
Yeah, I am.
How long you been married?
Man, 10 years, September 14th.
Congratulations. Make sure you burn some sage and some Palo Santo when them single bras leave your house, man.
Man, I don't need none of that, baby.
Let me get to the other guys, man. Appreciate it.
All right, man. You take it easy.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I want to get y'all. Hello, how are you doing? I can't pronounce your name.
You can call me Sam. It's better that way.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 37 years old.
All right. So what do you got for me on the topic? Talking about these red flags and these and women today. Ghosting, mother-daughter wounds, conflict avoidance. What do you got?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is something that I think I was raised to. I was conditioned to tolerate with the way that I was raised and the kind of mom that I had. My mom's got a lot of great qualities, but she basically taught me to be everything that she complained that my dad was not. And as I became very understanding, empathetic, et cetera, I'm still single. I'm a high value guy. I make a lot of money. I'm well read, travel around the world. But I have a backbone, and most women don't believe that I have one because I come across as so understanding and caring, etc.
Right. How old are you again?
37.
Do you desire to be married one day?
Absolutely. I would love
One
to.
thing that I would say is going to be a challenge, and it's something you can work on, tonality. Tonality, even with guys with a higher pitch or more nasal voice, you can still do vocal exercises that will help you more regularly communicate your masculine frame. So people won't mistake who you are, because that human beings pull off cues. We can't help it. That's how we're evolved. So you don't have to have a deep, very white voice, but just there are things you can do. Trust me. But let me get to some other guys too, because let me say this too, guys. Thank you for chiming in, guys. Understand something. Our money. A lot of us think and were made to believe that, just like women thought and were made to believe that just being a woman and having a hoo-ha was enough. A lot of men think just making 6 figures plus is enough. Well, I make 6 figures. Well, I make money, and brother, gentlemen, that ain't nowhere close to being enough. Ask Johnny Depp. Ain't nowhere close to being enough. This is what, shout out to my boy AMS. This is where masculine frame is so important. Even if you're a smart guy or a humorous guy, you must maintain frame. I think you guys can. I think some of you will agree that I have a sense of humor. I can be witty, may not be your style, but I do. But I'm not a comedian. You can't just be on stage. You must maintain masculine frame. There must be a level of sophistication, a level of mystery, and some distance. Gentlemen, women are more like cats. We're more like dogs. And understand our natures are different. Money has never been enough to keep a woman occupied. Never. So do yourself a favor and divorce yourself of the notion that I make enough money so I can call shots. No, 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 no. That doesn't work that way. We'll get to the lady over here real quick. I can't tell you how many men I know who make 7, 8 figures who are on the way out the door because they lost frame. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing good. I prefer to stay off camera, please.
Okay,
Or
how old
off
are you?
YouTube. I'm 22.
All right, so what's the question you have?
Okay, so I don't have a question. I just wanted to quickly comment, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to say that I 100% agree with everything that you're saying. I come from a very similar situation. My parents are still married, but I grew up with a mom who had all of the same traits. And I've come to a place where I just graduated in December with a degree, and I was on a whole pre-med track. And I made the decision that I didn't want to be a doctor. I really want to be a mother and a wife. And I put that aside, and it's been difficult for me to kind of go forward hereafter because my mom is just pushing me to get a job, get a job, get a job, get a career, make a way for yourself, quote unquote. And actually very recently, I decided that I wanted to move to Texas. I'm from Jersey. Because there's a church and a community that really focuses on what it means to prepare for marriage. And I think that whole thing about like liberalism getting into the church is another big thing. I know a lot of people, even in the church, who kind of promote young women not being married and still getting on their grind, which is quite interesting.
You have your college, you graduated?
Yes.
Go to Texas. Go to Texas, go to church. You can find a job in Texas, get a couple of 3 roommates. You'll be fine.
All right.
I thought about going to medical school once upon a time. I realized that I wanted to be a doctor more for the title and the money than a doctor. And trust me, I know young women that are graduating. Look, you want to be balanced. If you don't want to be a physician, the worst physicians are the physicians who don't want to be those.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into it because it's too much of a story. You'll be all right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Get some roommates though. Live in West Village or Uptown, or believe it or not, the Oaklawn, Cedar Springs area. Look, Google it. It's a lot of men live in that area, but you'll be safe. Wink, 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 wink. Wink, wink. Okay. You'll be safe. Trust me.
Thank you.
And it's really over by Highland Park. It's a great part of town. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Y'all, if anybody from Dallas, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, not nothing wrong if you're into that, but you know what? If I lived in Dallas, I'd be straight up in West Village right now. Post it like this. Post it. Guys, money gets you access. But what keeps women is your network and frame. And this is where I defer to the dating coaches and those kind of things. I'm not a one-stop shop, but it is so important. And a lot of times as men, because you make more money, you feel like, you should be able to do more. It's about what we don't do. It's about what we don't do more than anything else. It's about what we don't do more than anything else. It's so important. I'm gonna double down on this, man. Money will never, ever buy a woman's attention. It can rent it. But what I think gives you the maximum amount of leverage for any woman is your appeal to others. Women adore men that other people admire, and women adore men that other men respect. As a man, who are you looking up to? Who is your mentor? Who is your coach? And if you're over 30, who are you coaching and who are you mentoring? There has to be a hierarchy. If you are a lone wolf, sounds good, but you're out of a hierarchy. Who do you look to? Now, that don't mean you got to go sit on nobody's lap, but come on, man. There's a quarterback, there's a coach, there's a general manager, there's an owner. Life is a pyramid. And the best thing you can do as a young Thundercat is to get your network. Your wolf pack does not have to be perfect, but it does need to start. As ladies, you need the opposite. You need your femininity group. You need women around the world, around you, that can keep you on your right path to where you don't want to be bored. Stop going out with single women just to be bored. Be all right with being bored. When I was coming back yesterday, I loved it because I was at the airport and I saw women sitting around reading books. I'm like, something's working. Something is working. The end goal of this is always the same thing. Ladies, we don't talk about modern women this, modern woman that. We talk about it so you can understand what the men are saying. These men want women, but you need to be the kind of woman that is going to be a worthy acquisition for these men. A feminine asset. A feminine asset. Yeah. Benevolent Elephant says no stretch marks. I'm going to tell you right now. Me, I prefer women under 35. Why under 35? I really prefer women under 30. Because the wall is undefeated. You know, I don't want you to have, it's more about your mindset. And the funny thing is, if you're going to be a man that way, you better make sure you are a producer. And you also better make sure you look good in and out of your clothes. Man, come on, man. You want them to look good and tight. So why your boy hired it, got my personal trainer. Hey, man, wait till summertime. Y'all ain't gonna be ready for all that, boy. They gonna be like, God damn. I didn't know it was like that. They can say what they want to about the guy. Oh, God damn. All right, so all my nieces and nephews, kinfolks and cousins, if you're in Cali, hit me up. If you want to be a part of the focus group, I love to talk to you, especially, we want to see if you're a beautiful, young, professional woman, you want to get your shit together. You want to like, man, you know what? I may not like the way you talk about, but I do want to get some of those. Let's do it. To all my hit squads, Henry's in training, to my blue collar, my white collar, my CIA, whether you're in the escort phase of life, whether you're going down the GQ refined side or the bachelor playboy side, whatever it is you're doing. Remember, gentlemen, I cannot stress this enough. Life is about people. Black men in particular. When was the last time you picked up the phone and called another man? Another black man and say, hey man, how you doing? Not text. Hey, you all right? How's the family? How's the people? How's your wife? How's your daughter? How's your kid? How's your dog? Whatever. Pick up the phone and call somebody, man. You ain't got to sit around and talk all day. But life is about balance, and balance is people. We got to get it back, man. You got to get in person is balance. In person is balance. All right, so that's cool. That's great. You know how we do it. Till next time. Peace. Your godfather is gone. See you in LA. Time to flute out.